so much for having me. And sayang, my twin sister's not here anymore. It would be funner, sana, or better if she was with me. But she's already in Australia. So it's just me now.
Yes, Doc, thank you so
So,
much po. Thank you, really, thank you so much for joining me in this. My friends will be so excited to see this because they've been a huge fan of yours ever since, myself included. I've been following you for a while now. And kasi naman, you and Doc Demi are really the hashtag goals, diba? Because
ah,
not only can you balance your, way back when you were a medical student, not only you could balance your academics and not just a typical med student, but medical student who, been doing excellent work also and being part of organizations and achieving merits. Not only can you do that, but you also have a good social and personal life. So, di ba, Doc, di ba once you enter medical school, parang the number one struggle for us na eh. Not even struggle, but something difficult to do is manage your time. So, Doc, I want
yes.
to ask, what are your secrets for balancing well your social and academics?
Okay. First, I want to thank you for your kind words. Thank you so much for that. Um, Thank you. So going into med school, the number one priority then was really to become a doctor. Like it was Demi and I's like childhood dream ever since. But then when we were both in college, we have our separate, blogs. I think it was a thing then.
Yes.
You're only second year, and I'm way past that age, but siguro yung uso ngayon sa generation nyo is maybe this social media platforms. There are a lot available.
Yes,
Like
Doc.
a lot has their own blogs now, being med student. But then, what the thing then was doing blogs. Yun talaga yung uso nun. Like you have a Tumblr or you have a Blogspot, WordPress, something like that.
Yes.
And our goal really, why we started that blog is to have an outlet. Going to medical school, we both have our own passions. That is already established. We were passionate about so many things. We like dressing up, we like makeup, we like to travel, and we thought that that is a perfect outlet, a stress outlet from medical school, the stressful life of being a medical student. At the same time, document our journey, our medical journey. So that was the goal of that blog. And the main goal of that, because whenever you try to do something or start something, you always think of a goal. What is this for? And the goal was to balance career and passion. So yun talaga yung goal namin. And it's really difficult to juggle everything. But a secret to me, I think, is knowing your priorities. Yun talaga. Because when you are in med school right now, there are a lot of demands. Marami talagang time na dapat sa pag-aaral lang, right? But hindi talaga kaya minsan. You have to have a break and nakaka-burnout talaga. And that's when you have to have an outlet, parang ito. But this type of outlet, like I have to commend you, this is something worthwhile because this is something that, people can watch and people can learn from. And that is something like a very, I think it has a good purpose behind it. So I think the secret really is knowing your priorities and proper time management.
Yes.
That's it. Know your priorities. Yun talaga.
Yes, yes, Doc. Kasi Doc, di ba in med school talagang your family must understand already na your number one priority now is passing your subjects and really study
Yes.
and understand the topics well. Your significant other must understand too na your dates could
Yeah,
turn to
yeah.
study dates na, di ba? Because like, when you enter med school, talagang achieving that MD is the goal and other things are secondary na lang. So
Yeah.
course, Doc, we are still in the middle of a pandemic and things are very uncertain right now. And for us, medical students, it was a very difficult transition from physical classes, first-hand type of learning, being exposed to clinical skills. It all shifted to doing things online, video demonstration na for clinical training. So it's a very difficult setting. And a lot of people right now, a lot of my friends are really having a hard time pa rin to adjust even though 1 year na yung nakakalipas dito sa pandemic na to. So, Doc, could you give us tips to medical students? How do we continue doing this? How do we, push through this pa rin, despite whatever is happening right now, because we have to, because it's a given na, especially to our clerks, to interns, they don't have a lot of
Yes.
hand learning right now, which my friends find it very frustrating because it's not maximum learning.
Okay, I understand. Oh, this is really a frustrating time, especially like you said, doctors need the theoretical knowledge that we learn to be applied, to be like to have the maximum learning, right? Because
Yeah.
we are practical type of learning talaga eh. Sometimes, for example, if you're in second year, maybe you guys are doing like interview and physical examination. And how will you do physical examination and to get someone's blood pressure if you don't have someone to practice it with, right? So I understand that frustrating part. But I think the advice that I can give you is accept the change. In life, you will be put outside your comfort zone and see this as that. Because the more you fight it, the more that growth will not happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I can give you an example, but maybe this can be related to this pandemic or not, because I was put outside my comfort zone. So I am applying for residency training in the US, and a requirement for that was to have a US clinical experience. So that was the first time that I was away with my family. I was away from my twin sister, and it was my first time really adulting, like being on my own. And that really challenged me. Okay. So it felt like I was losing the Debbie version of myself that I knew here. And I couldn't let it go. And it really defeated the purpose of me learning in the beginning, because I was stuck at, oh my God, change is happening. This is not me anymore. I can't allow this change. But then once you start accepting that this is reality now, this is really the new normal now, and eventually I have to adapt and adjust, that's when you become open to learning and you find ways on how you can um, find another strategy that can you can do to learn. So for example, if you are at home and the task is you have to learn how to take proper blood pressure, then you can practice it on your sibling, or you can practice it with your parents, right?
Yeah.
So the information that we have in the internet is vast, and there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how you can do it. But of course, the most important is find a good resource. Yun talaga, kasi mamaya pinapanood natin mali naman, di ba? But that's the thing that I want you guys to like remember, is to accept the change. Don't fight it anymore. And kasi sad naman talaga, I will understand, if especially if I am a student right now, and the part of learning is experiencing it with your classmates, and experiencing med school, and experiencing hardship with your classmates, and face-to-face learning. It's really a huge chunk of med school, and then suddenly nawala na. So naiintindihan ko yun. But ito din yung sasabihin ko, accept change, but remember, this is not permanent. Okay?
Correct.
This will pass. Things will get better. This is temporary. So with whatever happened, learn to adapt and adjust. And that's where growth happens talaga.
Yes, Doc. And I think as medical students, it's our responsibility now to make sure that whatever the circumstances and situation, our responsibility is to learn, despite, what's happening.
Yes. Yes. But it's I understand it's kind of a burnout trigger eh.
Yes.
Kasi you're just looking at the screen the whole time, 'di ba? And ang laki talagang difference nang wala kang face-to-face encounter, and may burnout talaga.
Yes.
And I do group studies. You can help each other out. And when you teach someone, you are also learning. Whatever you're teaching someone, it sticks with you eh.
Yes.
So I think that's a good thing and a positive thing. If you're put in this situation, kesa sa puro negative yung nakikita mo, I'm looking at it as something positive, because one, the time that's supposed to be away from your family, you are with your family, number one, right?
Correct.
Second is you have more time. Time talaga eh. For me talaga, time is luxury. You have more time to either start ahead and study or procrastinate. Parang binigyan ka ng freedom and independence to, you know, do or go about how you want to learn, right?
Yes.
So it just brings out, I think, the goodness in people, of you guys trying to help each other out and learn from each other. That's a
That's
good
the,
thing. I
yes.
want to tell you guys, maybe I don't want to give that toxic positivity na okay lang yan, that's room for change, blah blah blah,
Yes.
because it's really hard. We have to, and whatever you're feeling, if you're frustrated, if you're sad, if you're stressed, that's valid. You know, we are in this stressful time, and I just want to tell you and remind you that although change is happening, and I telling you to not fight it and just accept it,